Today we will be making a Victoria sponge cake for our group video for baking and pastry class. So we start with measuring out the sugar. This is 225 grams of plain caster sugar. Now we're measuring out 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now we're measuring out 225 grams of all-purpose flour. Now we're measuring out 225 grams of room temperature butter. We are cracking 4 free-range eggs into a bowl. Very carefully cracking 4 eggs into a bowl. So now we get the stand mixer, and first we add the eggs, the 4 eggs, and all of the caster sugar. And then we mix these with a paddle attachment until well combined. After those are mixed, we add the flour and the baking powder mixture along with the room temperature butter. As you can see, it's very room temperature. And we give that a good mix together, making sure that it's all creamy and smooth and all the butter pieces get broken up, but making sure not to over mix, so we mix it by hand towards the end just to get it to the perfect consistency. Then we get 2 tins that have been buttered and floured, and we evenly scoop the batter into each tin. We decided to use a cookie scoop for this step so that each cake would be the exact same. And so next we're spreading out the batter so it cooks up even. We wanted a smooth surface on the batter. And now we're putting it into an oven at 180 degrees Celsius. And this bakes until done, so anywhere from about 18 to 20 minutes. And how we checked it was we made sure the color looked good, and we made sure the cake sprang back when we touched, as you can see here. And then we used a toothpick just to make sure. And as you can see, it came out clean. So now we're making the cream mixture, which is just whipping cream added to a clean bowl. And then we get the whisk attachment to make sure that this cream whips up into a nice stiff whipped cream for the cake. So after about 3 to 5 minutes, the cream is thickened, and we can so the cakes have cooled down. So we're running an offset spatula along the edges to loosen the cake so it doesn't stick. And then confidently flip out the cake. And as you can see, they come out perfectly because they were buttered and floured. And now we're just doing the same thing to the other cake so it doesn't stick as it cools. So now we're spreading a thin layer of strawberry jam on the first layer of the cake. A Victoria sponge is just a vanilla sponge cake with some type of jam, raspberry, strawberry, and then fresh whipped cream, so we decided to go for strawberry jam. So here is Thomas spreading out the jam onto the first layer. And so he spreads it with an offset spatula so he can get it as smooth as possible. Next, he is going in with the freshly whipped cream on top of the strawberry jam layer. You want a pretty generous portion of the cream because there's no buttercream frosting or anything, so this acts as kind of the glue for both layers. So he's carefully putting an even layer on top of the strawberry jam. And now, after that's done, he flips the second layer onto the first. So after that, he puts the remaining cream into a piping bag and decorates the top with fresh cream and a little bit of icing powdered sugar, just to make it look pretty on top. So that's our Victoria cake sponge done. We decided to cut into it at the very end to show the center and kind of what the cross section looks like. As you can see, it's quite a rustic cake, but very good. So as he pulls it out, you can see how tender the crumb is, how soft the cake is, and then that little layer of jam and cream.